Bonjour, comment ça va? So, for this week, I am going to show you our or explain to you module 4 or the lesson for module 4. So, if you go to your Schoology, then we're doing the Soyez à la mode unit, which is the unit about fashion and clothing. So, and we are doing the module 4. So I'm just going to go over, as I said, the lesson, because this module is in this module you are going to review the descriptive adjectives, how you use adjectives in French, and the masculine and feminine form of the adjectives. I already have videos about those because we learned adjectives last year and we learned the adjectives when we did the family unit. So I'm not going to go over that, but this is something new that you didn't learn yet. So I'm going to explain it to you. So we are going to see French demonstrative adjective, which is ce, cette, and c'est. Basically, demonstrative adjective or les adjectifs démonstratifs is like how you say this and that in English, but we have different ways to write it and say it because of the masculine, feminine, and plural form that we have in French. So here's a quick review. Demonstrative adjectives in French, they indicate a specific thing or person or idea by pointing at it. In French, they are called adjectifs démonstratifs, or sometimes we also call them les déterminants démonstratifs. In English, they include this, that, these, and those. And while that and this in French can translate to ce, cette, and these can also be translated to c'est. So CES, we pronounce it as c'est. There are two main points to remember when dealing with French demonstrative adjectives. Remember that they always come before a noun. So when you have, like when you say a boy, and then you want to say this boy, you use it the same way. They come before the noun, so you will use ce garçon, and then they agree with the number and gender, and this is different than English. So these are les adjectifs démonstratifs. For the singular form masculine, we use ce, and cette, this one, you use it only if the noun that comes after starts with a vowel or has a silent H. It's like when you say a hotel, which is hôtel, it has an H in French, but it is silent. So you will be using cet hôtel, which is this hotel. And of course, we have set that we use it for feminine, and for plural, it doesn't matter if it's masculine, feminine, or if it starts with a vowel. When it is more than one, and it means it has that s at the end, the noun has an s at the end, or sometimes it has an x at the end. Remember that you will be using se. So pronunciation is gonna be ce, set, set feminine, which is double T and E, and then plural is say. I'm going to show you some examples here. When you want to say this book or that book, we say ce livre, ce livre. And this friend or that friend, cet ami, cet ami. So ami starts with a vowel, so that's why we picked set. And apple is pomme in French, and since apple is feminine, so if you want to say this or that apple, it's gonna be cette pomme. And then since clothes are in plural, so it doesn't matter if it's masculine or feminine, but just remember that clothes or clothes one is gonna be masculine. So for these and those, it's gonna be ses vêtements. Excuse me. Ses vêtements. And songs are feminine, but it's plural because it has that S even in English. So it has that S at the end in French. So we say ses chansons. Ses chansons. So ce livre, cet ami, cette pomme, ses vêtements, ses chansons. Okay, and now using ce, cet, and c'est with the si and la. Because sometimes you will notice that we have ceci, cela, celle-ci, celle-là. So to be even more precise when it comes to adding si and la to the noun in order to show the proximity of something or someone. So for example, if you want to show how close or how far that thing or that person is, you will be using si, which is for something that is close, and la if that thing or that noun in general is far from you or from something else. For singular, we say ce jeu or ceci. Ce jeu-là, it means this game. And when you're pointing to it, or when you're pointing at it, it means it's something that is close. It's like just right here. And when you say là, it means right there. So cette maison-ci or cette maison-là, it means this house right here. And when you say cette maison-là, it means this house right there. And sometimes you won't be seeing like a noun. You won't be you will not see maison when you say celle-ci or ceci. It means this one right there. So it's not a specific noun, but when you're pointing at it, right there or right here. So for the plural, it's gonna be when you're doing or using the word jeu, which is game, it's gonna be ces jeux-ci or ces jeux-là. It means these games right here or those games there. And then feminine, ces maisons, which is these houses here, and ces maisons-là is gonna be those houses there. And here's another or two more examples to explain to you how you use, as I said, si and la. So remember that si, you use it to something, to point at something that is here, and then la, it means over there. Tu veux acheter ce manteau-ci or ce manteau-là? Do you want to buy this coat or that coat there? So this coat here or that coat there. So je vais manger cette glace-ci. It means that I am going to eat this ice cream right here, this one here, not like cette glace là. So it means that not the one over there. So, and I added a link for you to practice more the vocab and then or to see more examples. And this is a quick review of les articles définis and indéfinis. Remember that indefinite articles, we have the masculine, feminine, and plural form. And it is one thing in English, which is the A when you say a bicycle, a table. So this is just a quick review. Remember that it's in masculine we use feminine form or feminine noun. We use une, and then the plural doesn't matter if it's feminine or plural or feminine or masculine. You will be using de. These are some examples. When you say un stylo, it means it's a pen, and pen is masculine. Un bureau, a desk, it is masculine. Un crayon, a pencil, masculine. Une calculatrice, a calculator, feminine. Une carte means a map, and it is feminine. And then last one, un cartable, means a bag, and it is masculine. And here you go for definite articles. We have 4 of them. We have le, we have la, we have the L apostrophe before the vowel or silent H, and we have le for the plural. This is, as I said, quick review because you've been using it this year and you learned it last year. So I am expecting all of you to know the le, la, and le, and L apostrophe. These are some examples. Le crayon de couleur, which is the colored pencil. It is masculine because we know that crayon is masculine. So that's why we have le. L'ordinateur, it is masculine, but it starts with the vowel, so that's why we do the L apostrophe. La table, table is, l'ordinateur means computer. And la table is table, and it is, of course, feminine. And le pupitre, which is student's desk, is masculine because it has that le at the beginning. And a pencil pouch is la trousse, and it is feminine. And then backpack, le sac à dos, it is masculine because it has le. And And when you're using the dictionary, especially when you're using word reference, every time when you're using the online dictionary or any type of dictionary in French, you will see that they will always tell you what type of word you have. Either it's going to be a verb or an adjective, or but since we're doing noun and le, la, and les, these definite or indefinite articles, they go before the noun. So you will always see that it tells you it is a noun, and then it tells you if that noun is masculine or feminine. So when you see NM, it means it is a noun. Go back, sorry. It is a noun and it is masculine. But when you see NF, it means that it is a noun. Here you go, like pizza. It is a noun, but it is feminine. But if it's an adjective or as I said, or a verb, it will show that it's an adjective or verb, but it won't tell you, because it's a verb, it won't tell you if it's a noun, feminine or masculine, because we don't use that with verbs. We use that only with noun. And of course, the adjective follows the noun or it follows the subject. So this is the plural form of the nouns. Remember that in French, quick review again, because we learned it last year. Remember that in French, same as in English, we add an S at the end of the noun to show that it is in plural form. There are some words that if they already end with an S, remember that we do not add another S for the plural, like le fils, which is the son. And when you say the sons, it's going to be le fils. You do not add another S. You just keep it as it is. And there are some exceptions for some words that they end with the AU at the end. Remember that we do not add an S at the end for those words. We add an X at the end. Like bureau, which is a desk. Des bureaux, desks. Le tableau blanc, which is the white board, is going to be le tableau blanc. So this is the quick review of the nouns. Another review, which is the negative form. So when it comes to the negative form, and you're going to need to be careful since this is the first time that I am reviewing it with you, because we learned it last year, but I'm reviewing it with you for the first time this year. When it comes to the indefinite articles, which is the un, une, and des, you will change it to de, which is de. We pronounce it as de in a negative statement. Remember that when you say j'ai un cartable, for example, I have a student's bag. And when you want to say I do not have a student's bag, it's going to be je n'ai pas de cartable. Okay, so you're changing un to de because we have the negative form. Another example, il y a des crayons de couleur. There are colored pencils. When you want to say there are no colored pencils, you will say il n'y a pas. Again, you won't be using des. You're going to change it to de. It's just because it's easy to pronounce. There is no reason for doing it. It's just, it's easier to pronounce it using de instead of using un, une, or des, because it's going to be heavier. So, il n'y a pas de crayon de couleur. And here's one more thing. Remember that there's no change for a definite article in a negative statement. So basically, we use this only for un, une, and des, which is the indefinite articles. When it comes to le, la, l apostrophe, or les, the plural one, you don't do anything. You do not change it. So here's an example. J'aime la pizza. I like the pizza. Je n'aime pas la pizza. I don't like the pizza. So remember, you use it only for un, une, and des. And here you go. And this is again review. We've been talking about it last year a lot. When it comes to contractions, it means when we take two words together in French and we combine them to have one word. And again, it's just to make the pronunciation easier. We talked about it a lot, as I said last year, and this is a quick review. So when you have means to, or at, or in, it has different meanings in French, the with the accent. So with the definite articles, when you have and le, you're gonna have to make that contractions. We will never, or you will never see somebody saying le, because it's heavy. We say o. which is the AU. And the rest, you keep it as it is, except for ale, which is to the for the plural, you will be using O. So, le does not exist in French. It is an O. And le does not exist in French. It is an O, which is AUX. For the other two, you keep them à la or à l'école, for example, with the L apostrophe. So, same thing when you use de, which is of or from. Again, you do the same thing for de, and which is le. It does not exist. De le does not exist in French. It's gonna be du, and the plural form de and les again does not exist in French. We will have des, and the rest de la or de à l'apostrophe, which is from the or of the for feminine, and the one starting with the vowel, you keep it as it is. You just change it for the masculine and the plural. Same thing for you change it the masculine and you change the plural. And so yeah, that's it. If you have questions about the lesson or the review, please let me know. Allez, au revoir.